state of raw openness. In this inherent state of nakedness, our skin does not act as a boundary to limit our awareness. Any perception of such confinement is an illusion that can be cast aside, thereby enabling us to encounter the entire world as an extended expanse of consciousness, a grander, more inclusive circumference of awareness. The essence of naked truth mirrors the profound revelation that enticed Eve through the serpent's cunning in the Genesis story. According to this ancient narrative, it was only after partaking in the forbidden fruit from the tree of knowledge that Adam and Eve became conscious of their own nakedness. Simultaneously, they grappled with a new emotion, guilt, for having consumed the fruit. In this transformative moment, their nakedness took on a dual aspect. It wasn't a mere awareness of their physical nakedness that emerged, but, rather, a poignant realization that God's gaze penetrated beyond their outward forms, discerning the guilt that weighed upon their hearts. Consequently, they became doubly exposed, not merely due to their bare bodies, but more significantly, due to the profound recognition that their inner emotions were laid bare before a divine presence. The knowledge they gained by acknowledging their own nakedness was, at its core, a profound insight into the nature of awareness itself. It was the realization that anything we consciously experience cannot be hidden behind the veil of our physical forms, rendering us undeniably exposed to the scrutiny of others. This was an awakening to the fact that awareness possesses the remarkable ability to convey and communicate instantaneously. Yet, it is precisely through this act of communication that awareness functions as the unifying thread that binds and reconnects us as beings. It becomes the very essence of what we term religion, that which binds us together once more, forging the bonds of shared understanding and connection. This is one compelling reason why, stretching across the expanse of the world, long before the emergence of the Book of Genesis and the contemporary era of globalization, the serpent or snake stood as a ubiquitous religious emblem representing this wisdom, this gnosis. Worship of the serpent spirit, another facet of the meaning of Naga, served as a unifying force within the early matriarchal faiths and civilizations. The spirit of the serpent, akin to that of the human being, lies in its awareness, an awareness so profoundly exposed that it transcends even the confines of its own skin. This raw and uninhibited truth of awareness, its boundless nature, finds its symbol in the snake's remarkable capacity to entirely shed its outermost skin, shedding its surface boundary in its entirety, reflecting the boundless potential of consciousness. The serpent featured prominently in the Book of Genesis, the first book of the Old Testament, and in the Pentateuch. According to the Haggadah, a commentary on the Pentateuch, the serpent was depicted as a tall, two-legged creature possessing remarkable mental prowess. In a divine conversation, it is said that God addressed the serpent, proclaiming, "I fashioned you to rule over all the creatures, to stand upright." In a similar vein, the deities of ancient Sumeria or Sumeria were often portrayed as towering, winged humanoid reptilian beings, frequently accompanied by serpents in their iconography. In the Rig Veda, there is a mention of an entire civilization of serpent beings known as Nagas. Among them, their leader Ahi engaged in a legendary battle against Indra, who held the exalted status of the supreme deity among the Aryan invaders. Dr. Naval Vayogi's book, Nagas,
to a Krishna, Lord Shiva, and Brahma.
Account that reveals these rulers as part of a lineage of ruler priests, with origins tracing back to Sumeria.
Shiva and Brahma will be your opposites.
The ancient Sumerian king list bequeathed to humanity two profound lineages of ruler priests and spiritual wisdom. The first lineage stemmed from the Hebrew patriarchs who
these towns built inside the rock, inside the mountain. They use all frequency for that.
We now recognize as Kabbalah. The second lineage,
the Kabbalah, come from the Freemasons.
Exerted its influence that radiated from the Indus Valley civilization, ultimately shaping the historic roots of the Tantric tradition, which later bloomed in the rich tapestry of Kashmir's spiritual landscape. These two esoteric currents transcended geographical boundaries, extending their influence into the realms of Egypt, Greece, and Palestine, leaving indelible marks
in Egypt.
Human history and spirituality.
That's where they made the Quran from.
Naga monarchs, both kings and queens, were often depicted.
Look at that stuff built in the mountains. City of Pitri.
Featuring entwined tails and majestic cobra hoods that adorned their heads. These sacred symbols of the Naga lineage particularly the regal cobra, found resonance and integration in various aspects of spiritual tradition. They were adopted into the Vedas, embraced within the tenets of Buddhism, and seamlessly woven into the fabric of Hindu iconography. An iconic representation of this harmonious amalgamation.
You must study every cultural religion to understand a full understanding of theology.
Also known as Naganata, the Serpent Lord.
Lord Shiva,
This
Naganata.
ancient symbols and beliefs created a rich tapestry of spiritual significance and cultural heritage that endures to this day. The tapestry of symbolism in ancient traditions.
And Lord Shiva would be Jesus in India, but in America we got Jesus.
Within the embrace of the
It's all the same thing. They run concurrent.
Signifying the infinite.
The peacock.
The enigmatic figure of Krishna, who transcended Aryan conventions.
Krishna.
Dark complexion, serves as the avatar.
Krishna with a dark complexion.
Upon Krishna's passing, his soul emerged in the form of a cobra, symbolizing his boundless inner body or soul body. In the realm of Buddhist lore, the mythological Nagarajas, the Serpent Kings, reign over the vast cosmic oceans, adding to the rich tapestry of serpentine symbolism that runs through ancient wisdom and spirituality. These narratives, deeply embedded in cultural and spiritual heritage, continue to impart profound meaning to those who seek to unravel their mysteries.